Hello, and welcome to a segment of Who We Are and What We Do. I'm Stephanie Mason, Township Manager, and with me today are Judy Hendrixson, Chairman of the Township Planning Commission, and Judy Stern Goldstein from Boucher James, the Township's planner. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thanks.
Today we're going to discuss the role of the Township Planning Commission in the subdivision and land development and zoning change process. Judy, tell us a little bit about the makeup of the Township Planning Commission.
Well, we are 5 residents of the township, professional people in the community, and we are appointed by the Board of Supervisors.
And you volunteer your time to do this, is that correct?
Volunteers, yes.
And you meet once a month?
Once a month, and if we need to meet more often, we will.
All right. And Judy, tell us about your background as the Township Planning Consultant.
Well, I'm a planning consultant for the township. I'm a licensed landscape architect in Pennsylvania, and I'm a land planner, and I have my undergraduate and master's degrees from the University of Pennsylvania.
And in the planning process, Judy, you rely on the consultants, which Judy is, to provide you with information on a land development plan. Is that correct?
Absolutely. They review any application that comes in and for all the technical and engineering aspects before it comes to us. They give us a report of comments as well to the developer, but we get a copy of that in a packet before our meetings so that we can review the project and see what's coming up. They do all the technical research and comments on anything from environmental impact to traffic.
That's great.
All of it.
And Judy, what information do you rely on to prepare your technical review compared to the township engineer or perhaps our bike hike consultant?
Well, first and foremost, I rely on the Pennsylvania Municipalities Planning Code. I often refer to this as the Bible for planning in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and it's essentially the enabling legislature that permits townships and other municipalities to create zoning ordinances and subdivision land development ordinances.
And in Doylestown Township, we have zoning, our own zoning ordinance and our own subdivision land development ordinance, and they're part of our code of ordinances.
Yes, they appear in the total code of ordinances. There are 2 of the ordinances in the big blue book, as we refer to it, in Doylestown Township. And the zoning code is one that I pay particular attention to when doing the reviews, in addition to the subdivision land development. But the zoning code sets forth all of the area and dimensional requirements that need to be adhered to in order to do a subdivision or land development in the township.
That's good. Judy, the Planning Commission also sometimes reviews special projects, corridors, things like that. I know in the past we've worked on gateway studies for various areas in the township, and presently we are working with New Britain Borough. Can you tell us a little bit about that project with New Britain Borough?
Well, this is a very exciting plan for the Butler Avenue corridor. It's got to do with New Britain and Doylestown Townships as well as Delaware Valley College. Now that they're going to a university status, there is a lot of growth potential there, as well as the fact that we have the 202 bypass parkway open. That Butler Avenue corridor is an area that really needs some help. And there's a lot of potential there, and we're looking at it in terms of adaptive reuse, circulation, certainly relating with the bike and hike and other factors to really revitalize that area.
Mm-hmm. And Judy, can you tell me, how does a project like that evolve, and how does it relate to the township's comprehensive plan that also helps us and guides us through the planning process?
The comprehensive plan really includes all of the long-range planning goals and objectives for the township. It includes, existing data and projections for demographics. It includes the environmental, includes traffic, and a plan for future land use. And that's really where the tie-in is, Stephanie, when we look at the plan for future land use. And that is an area where we have the 2 municipalities coming together. It's one of our borders. And we find that that's something Doylestown does very well. We don't just look at the edge of the township as the edge of the paper when we look at planning, we look at the continuity and what happens with our neighbors and our friends, essentially.
Yes, and one of the things we've done in our comprehensive plan is we have incorporated all of the previous studies that have been done through Bike Hike, through the gateways, and those were all incorporated when we updated that in 2008. Beyond that, Judy, tell us how important public participation is in the planning process.
Well, it's absolutely essential. We really encourage the public to come to these meetings and see what's going on in the community. Some of these projects come in at a very early stage, looking at feasibility, sketch plan ideas, and it's important that the residents and the business owners in the communities come and see what ideas are being floated out there. Other projects are further along, and they're coming in for preliminary or final land development approval.
And one of the things we do at the staff level to help encourage residents to come is we will send a courtesy letter to a neighboring property when an application is submitted to the township. Before it gets submitted to the consultants and to the planning commission, that application comes in, we send courtesy letters, and then your review letters and the review letters of all the other consultants are in the file. And of course, residents are always welcome to come and review those files here before they attend the meeting. And I think that's helpful, because I think, do they come better prepared for questions?
It's nice to come prepared. It's also, these meetings are their opportunity to see what's being discussed. They have a chance to be prepared ahead of time by getting those notifications. But anyone in the community, even if you're not an immediate adjacent neighbor, it's important to come and just see what's going on. And it's a chance to either ask more questions or support, or voice your concerns about a project.
That's good.
And it's one thing that the township does, and I just wanted to point out, goes above and beyond the notification requirements of the MPC. The MPC has specific notification requirements for conditional use, variances, special exceptions, and the township really goes above and beyond and really invites the public to come out for each and every subdivision and land development, and I think that's nice. We have a great group of informed residents that do come out on a regular basis.
And it can make for a lively meeting sometimes.
It does. Judy, tell us just a little bit more about the role of the consultant and how important that is to help the Planning Commission.
The role of the consultant, and it's not just me as planning consultant, it's our township engineer, our traffic engineer, bike and hike consultant. We together work with the township. We call it sort of the township family of consultants, and the solicitor too. We can't leave Jeff out.
And the trees.
We all do the technical reviews. Once any subdivision or land development comes in, the township staff sends them out to us. We do the technical reviews, and we provide the information so the Planning Commission can make informed recommendations, and ultimately so the Board of Supervisors can make informed decisions. They ultimately make the decision, and it's our job to make sure they have all the information they need. We take it seriously, and we like to think that they do have the information when they need it.
That's good. And also, along with the Planning Commission, you look for not only the consultants' information and technical reviews, but also comments from the Bike Hike Committee, the Environmental Advisory Committee, and the Park and Recreation Board to supplement the information that you're receiving. Is that correct?
Absolutely. It takes a whole group, and we've got wonderful resources in this township to get these projects reviewed and to make sure everybody's on board.
And then all that information is given to the Board of Supervisors, where ultimately the decisions on whether a plan or a zoning change takes place. Thank you both for joining me today, and join us next time as we look at who we are and what we do with another board or commission. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.